John, what's your assessment of that performance?
I'm really happy because obviously it was a top of the table clash. We thought we'd have gone top if we'd have won, but obviously results otherwise have transpired against us. But all we can do is deal with what's in front of us. And I thought we came with a great intent, a great attitude towards the challenge that we're meeting head on, which was the top of the table Doncaster Rugby League Football Club. And you know, we set off at 100 miles an hour. I think we played with an intensity that we learned from last week, but obviously I was a little disappointed with the last 20. I thought we got a bit loose and a bit scruffy, and you know, it was a 55-60 minutes performance for me.
I mean, it was a performance, a mixed bag in some respect, with some great eye-catching stuff. I mean, the try to Mikey Wood that went for all them pairs of hands, but at times a couple of bombed opportunities, no more so than George Flanagan in the first half.
We've spoken about that in the changing room, you know, and yeah, we did miss chances, and yes, we have to be more clinical with those chances. But the good thing is you're creating them, you know, and we did create a fair few. And there were some very good individual performances out there, and most pleasing thing for me, there was a really good team performance, and the other good thing is it was just one try, and it was a kick try that they scored, so I'm pretty happy from the defensive point of view.
I thought Lee Smith, Ethan Ryan went well this afternoon.
I think Lee did really well, yeah, he did, and you know, obviously with Dalton's sad news and him having to withdraw today, it really helped us, Lee returning, and he shored up that side and he showed some clever play. But I thought the team generally could, they can feel happy with their efforts, but we can feel as a group and as the fans out there, we can feel even happier because I'm certain we can get better, and that's obviously our quest throughout the season.
I mean, you can take a lot of positives and quite a bit of focus, John, from restricting top of the table Doncaster at home to just 6 points.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I came last week to the Featherstone game, and you know, Doncaster really challenged Featherstone, and Featherstone only became sort of comfortable, I would say, in the last sort of 5 minutes or so, and you know, so we nailed the game earlier, but I'd have just been happier had we been a little more ruthless in our execution in that last quarter of the game.
I think, obviously, as you said that last quarter, the fact that they built up that lead, possibly a little bit of
yeah, it could have been, because we knew it was a big game, but you know, again, when Warrington played us, and that's what they're the standards we've got to aspire to. Their intensity didn't drop for 80 minutes, so we can say, right, we did a 60 minutes intense, focused, highly skilled, well executed game plan for 60 minutes, but we need to do it for 80.
As Mick was saying, there was a couple of missed opportunities. I mean, the George situation, did he hold his hand up at half time?
He did, yes, he did, yeah. He held his hand up, and young Pick's done the same, young Brandon Pickersgill, and there were some others as well, you know, and their chances that we've missed, but as I said before, the pleasing thing is we're creating them. If you don't create them, you can't score them. So we're creating them, we just need to make the percentage of converting those created chances a bit higher.
And the team seemed to come out the second half with a real sort of clinical edge, didn't they? I mean, because obviously you went in, what, 14-6, and then that first 15 minutes of the second half really sort of...
Well, we wanted to start the second half as we started the first, and I think you can see they did. We had... out of the first 4 sets, we scored 2 tries, and Brandon Pickersgill dropped the ball over the line for the other. So that's 3 out. They were 3 out of 4 really good sets to start the second half with, and I think it took a little wind out of the Doncasters their sails.
Yeah, and as you say, obviously with York's score as it is, but I mean, you've now got a run of games. Well, Newcastle, you've got a run of games against teams that people will be expecting the Bulls to.
Yeah, there will be expected. Well, they expect us to win every game. That's one of the things that we're having to ride with. But you know, we're handling it pretty well at the minute, and obviously we've got to handle what's coming up in this next month pretty well as well. But there still are challenges in there, but different challenges, shall we say?
Is it maintaining the intensity against opposition? Some of them.
It's attempting to, yes, attempting to, because obviously, you know, I mean, if you get a scoreline anything near to what York have walloped West Wales with, I would have suggested that that wasn't really a game of rugby league. That was more a game of you kick off, we'll score, then we'll have a rest, then you can kick off to us again and we'll score again. So, you know, that's not rugby league, and we played a really tough game of rugby league today, and obviously we've got, shall we say, lesser rated opposition next week, but then we've got to make sure that we've got our own standards that we've to adhere to.
John, just to confirm, Liam Johnson and Vila Halafihi, they were rested this afternoon?
Yes, they were, yes. I mean, we've got a big squad, we've got a good squad, and we've got a competitive squad, and I think you're seeing the fruits of people, shall we say, with the sleeves up and wanted to make sure that they claimed the shirt. So, yeah, they were rested this afternoon, and as we say, Dalton missed for another reason. So, we've certainly got players who'll be knocking on my door and wanting to get a shirt for this coming weekend.
With the greatest respect to the West Wales Raiders, I mean, is this the sort of game where potentially Jordan Andrade, Jamel Goodall could get a run out?
No, this is a game that we've got to be ruthless. If I'm asking the players to be intense, to be focused and to be ruthless, I've got to pick what I feel is an appropriate team. If Jordan's in that team and the other guys, all well and good. But it ain't just going to be because of who we're playing. Because I don't think that's how you shouldn't earn your first team shirts. You've also got to remember we've got a reserve game on Saturday against Halifax. So, we've 2 teams to turn out this weekend, so they'll all get their hands on the football. So we'll see after this what team we pick for the weekend after that.
And just finally, John, for Bulls TV, the under-19s yesterday, a magnificent performance against Warrington Wolves, 26 points to 4.
Absolutely outstanding. I mean, I went there and watched that, and I thoroughly enjoyed it as a game of rugby league. I like the fact that they had some adversity when they had the player sent off, but they handled it really well. And I also like the fact that there's some really good young players who are being developed, and they might be knocking on my door and saying, "Why I'm playing against West Wales?" Well, it's all part of it, and that's what we want. We want a pathway, we want competition for places, and we want a good rugby league team at the top level. And I think at the minute we're working towards that.